Seniors, stop eating 6 worst fruits. They can worsen numbness in your feet. Senior health. Have you ever experienced that uncomfortable numbness in your feet after a workout? What if I told you that some of your daily exercises might be making it worse? It's not just a part of getting older. Ignoring these signs could be putting your balance, your independence, and your safety at risk. Let's take a closer look at the workouts that might be hurting you more than helping Yans find the gentle solutions that could make all the difference, increasing your risk of falls and gently impacting your nerves. It is important to recognize that not every form of activity is advantageous, particularly as we grow older, having navigated the journey of life for many years. Today, I would like to speak directly and sincerely to my esteemed seniors, those who are 60, 70, and beyond. It is important to take care of your strength and mobility as you age. Understanding which exercises to steer clear of is an important initial step in your journey. Let us discuss the 5 workouts that may be quietly affecting your feet and your future well-being. Before we proceed, I kindly suggest that you click the button and activate the bell if you haven't done so already. This way you can ensure you receive any future personalized health advice without missing out. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to share your thoughts by typing 1 in the comments. Your feedback is always appreciated. Please enter 0 to share your thoughts on how I can enhance the material for you. To begin, consider stationary bicycling, especially recumbent bikes. Minimizing the risk of falls appears to be a wonderful choice for those with aging joints. As we engage in our activity, it's easy to reassure ourselves that we are indeed moving forward. However, may I gently suggest that the danger may be found within this very comfort. It is important to recognize that extended use of these devices can place significant strain on some of the more sensitive nerves in our lower body, especially the sciatic nerve, which runs from the lower spine to the hips and down to the feet. It won't be long before you notice that familiar tingling or numbness in the tips of your toes or the soles of your feet. When this nerve is compressed or irritated, it's important to pay attention to even minor sensations, as they can slowly progress into more serious issues, like nerve damage. This can lead to a decline in confidence, balance, and sensation over time. However, there is more to consider. Using a stationary bike for extended periods may restrict important blood flow to the lower limbs, which can worsen and extend feelings of numbness in older individuals, particularly those with diabetes, circulation issues, or spinal concerns. It's important to recognize that this is a sign indicating that something may not be quite right with your body, rather than just a feeling of discomfort. Furthermore, when our feet experience numbness, it can hinder our ability to respond, walk properly, or feel pressure or pain. Such circumstances can lead to accidents, falls, and various health concerns that may hinder a swift recovery. I've seen friends who are strong, athletic, and determined find themselves in rehabilitation centers simply because their foot wasn't functioning properly. It seems they had difficulty detecting the edge of the stairs, the mat, or the curb. May I ask, what prompts your curiosity? It is important to pay attention to warning signs such as numbness, as neglecting these symptoms can lead to a gradual decline in strength while continuing with daily routines. My intention is not to cause you any concern, dear reader. The aim is to gently yet decisively rouse you from sleep. It's important to recognize the valuable insights your body can offer you. Moreover, it gently encourages change instead of resistance, when it softly communicates through tingling toes. The next question to consider is, what might we be doing to ourselves without even being aware of it? The following exercise, which gently engages your spine rather than placing strain on your feet, may come as a pleasant surprise. Let us take a moment to look at this in greater detail. I would appreciate it if you could share in the first comment below whether you are still following along and finding these insights beneficial. Now, let us turn our attention to the second point. 2, my dear, gentle forward bends and toe touches. Toe touches may seem harmless at first glance, and they can even feel beneficial, as they are movements you've likely engaged in since childhood that help maintain flexibility and ease tension in your body. It is important for us to focus on maintaining our flexibility as we grow older. Many individuals take this advice to heart, believing that daily forward bending can help alleviate stiffness. For older individuals, the situation is indeed more complex and, to be frank, considerably more challenging. As we grow older, the spine may become less accommodating. As we age, the discs in the lower back can become dehydrated, leading to a reduction in the space between the vertebrae. This can make the nerves more prone to compression. When you bend down quickly or reach forward deeply, it can place your lower spine in a vulnerable position, particularly if you are not adequately supported. During that time, it might seem like a pleasant stretch, but what is truly happening is that the spinal nerves, which are responsible for sensation in your legs, ankles, and feet, may be experiencing some compression. There are moments when this pinching sensation does not express itself with such intensity. There may be moments when you experience a quiet feeling, perhaps a gentle buzzing in your foot, a peculiar numbness in your toes, or the sensation of walking on something soft like cotton. It's important to be aware that numbness can become a frequent occurrence once it begins to manifest. Some individuals I am familiar with started their mornings with stretching, as they typically do, and after a few weeks or months, they noticed that they could no longer feel their feet as they once did. What began as a simple routine has unfortunately led to lasting nerve damage. It is quite worrisome how easily this kind of harm can remain undetected. Numbness is often overlooked as merely a sign of poor circulation. It's important to recognize that this is a normal part of the aging process. In reality, these forward bends may be compromising your well-being. It's important to understand that the spine can be affected in ways that may influence your overall well-being, even from just one improperly executed stretch or a slight misalignment. I share this with your well-being in mind, not to instill any worry. At this stage in life, it's important that every activity you engage in brings you benefits rather than just challenges you physically. What you truly need is a sense of stability, rather than the burden of stress. It's important to give your back the gentle care it deserves, as it may not be as resilient as it once was. Consider the impact that frequent jumping and striking hard surfaces can have on your feet. It's important to be mindful, as even a simple action like touching your toes could potentially lead to nerve damage. It is important to be aware of the warning symptoms, as they can sometimes go unnoticed until it is too late. Let us work together to identify any potential risks that may be hidden from view. Third step: aerobics. High-impact aerobics. There was a time in our lives when we experienced a sense of vitality and strength. As we moved swiftly, sweated freely, and soared to great heights. In the time we were raised, movement was truly cherished. It's important to keep active and embrace activities like jazzercise lessons, step workouts, and engaging TV shows filled with uplifting music and encouraging messages. These can help maintain your vitality and spirit. It is important to reflect on how the actions we embraced in our youth may lead to unforeseen challenges as we age, often without any prior warning. As we age, particularly after 60, it's important to be cautious with high-impact activities such as step aerobics or jumping jacks. These exercises could pose risks, especially if you are experiencing conditions like neuropathy, foot numbness, or thinning fat pads on the soles of your feet. With each leap and hard landing, a jolt can move through your feet, into your knees, and deep into your spine. Furthermore, these impacts can lead to subtle damage that accumulates over time in already delicate nerves, potentially making numbness more serious and lasting. It is truly disheartening to see many older individuals adhere to these routines with such hope and dedication. It is important to acknowledge any discomfort you may be experiencing, as ignoring it in an effort to stay strong could lead to more serious issues down the line. A woman I once knew, in her late 70s, was quite energetic and dedicated. attending a group aerobics class 3 times a week. I understand your feelings about not wanting to slow down. It seems that she began to experience a loss of sensation in her toes after a few months. The instability ensued. Next came the fall, as she was not aware that each exercise was gradually weakening her foundation because of those swift, forceful steps. It's important to understand that these workouts aren't inherently risky right away. Numbness tends to develop gradually over time. The body has a remarkable ability to adapt to discomfort, often masking it and encouraging us to persevere. It is important to pay attention to the signs our bodies give us, such as discomfort in our joints or tingling in our feet, as ignoring these signals can lead to losing the ability to maintain what is still working well. As we age, even simple tasks like crossing the kitchen floor can pose risks when our senses begin to diminish. Staying active is essential, but it's important to adjust how we move as we age. Rather than causing us pain, movement should now serve to heal us. If you believe that pounding your feet on the floor may pose risks, it's important to reflect on the potential effects of standing on one leg, holding that position, and allowing your foot to bear your full body weight. This exercise, while it may seem quite elegant, could be a bit unsettling for you. It's important to approach it with care and consideration. I would appreciate it if you could share in the first comment below whether you are still following along and finding these insights beneficial. Now, let us gently move on to point number 4. Fourth tree pose, warrior pose, and other prolonged standing yoga poses are well regarded for their calming and restorative benefits. Many older individuals discover it to be a wonderful blend of movement and mindfulness, a gentle approach to staying in touch with their bodies. Indeed, yoga offers many therapeutic benefits. It's important to note that not every yoga pose is appropriate for older individuals, especially those that involve balancing on one foot for long durations. While these poses may seem beautiful, they can quietly present challenges for individuals experiencing foot numbness or instability. It is important to recognize that maintaining a position where you support your entire weight on one foot for a prolonged period can place extra stress on the delicate and often vulnerable nerves in your ankles and feet. It's important to be cautious, as this approach may exacerbate numbness for individuals in their 60s or 70s, particularly if they are already dealing with arthritis or neuropathy. It encompasses more than simply losing your balance. It entails restricting the oxygen supply to your nerves, placing excessive strain on them, and leading to potential dysfunction. Additionally, the sensation in your feet may gradually lessen, much like a light dimming as the nerves become less responsive. It seems that the ground beneath you may be feeling a bit unsteady and uncertain. At this stage, it's essential to prioritize safety over mere strength. I once encountered a devoted and proud retired firefighter who engaged in yoga to regain his physical fitness. He had a remarkable proficiency in all the poses. It seems that your right foot has started to feel numb, likely due to the prolonged standing. It's important to pay attention to these sensations and consider taking breaks to relieve any discomfort. He gradually lost the sensation of the floor beneath his feet while walking. His life changed with a single misstep off a curb. After months of rehabilitation and dealing with a fractured hip, it has become clear that the stance which once provided strength has revealed the body's limitations. As we age, maintaining balance becomes increasingly important. However, that does not mean we must compromise our well-being to maintain it. It is important to approach stability with care, considering the natural changes that occur in our joints, nerves, and blood circulation. Yoga can be quite beneficial for you. It's important to adjust it to align with the current stage of life you are experiencing. Ensuring your safety while standing is far more crucial than simply standing tall. Have you ever thought about the exercise we often do without much thought? It's important to consider how silent postures can greatly affect your nerve health. Walking, especially for long durations, on hard surfaces and in unsupportive footwear, can be quite challenging. It's understandable that something you encounter daily could pose an unexpected risk. It's important to stay aware of such hidden threats. 5 lengthy walks undertaken in unsuitable shoes. Strolling. It appears to be the most straightforward and secure type of workout. Wellness articles laud it. As we put on our shoes, we convince ourselves that we are taking care of our thoughts, our joints, and our hearts. But what if I told you that even something as simple and natural as walking, just putting one foot in front of the other, can become dangerous if we're not mindful of how, where, and most importantly, what we're stepping on. Our feet's structure varies with age. Arches may collapse. The tiny nerves in our feet may become more sensitive, or worse, they may begin to die, and the fat pads that formerly cushioned each step start to diminish. Walking long distances without appropriate footwear, shoes that provide adequate cushioning, arch support, and a broad enough toe box not only invites discomfort, but also creates the conditions for gradual nerve injury. The tibial and plantar nerves, which run along the sole and into the toes, are particularly vulnerable to compression from improper footwear. Over time, such compression causes tingling, numbness, and the unnerving sensation that your feet are disconnected from the rest of your body. Nerve, irritation, inflammation, and loss of balance are all made worse by the repetitive stress of walking on hard concrete, uneven sidewalks, or slick flooring. Every morning, rain or shine, I would go for a walk with my neighbor, a gentle man in his early 80s. He was wearing sneakers that he had owned for years, believing them to be comfy and broken in. However, his feet's numbness gradually worsened. He trod on a tiny stone, although he was unaware of it. The blister that was developing from the seam pressing against his heel was invisible to him. A minor cut had developed into a serious infection by the time he sought medical attention. He found discomfort in anything apart from the walk. It was a leisurely walk without any precautions. It's important to ensure that your senses are sharp and that your feet have the right support before you take a walk. When numbness occurs, it affects more than just your ability to feel sensations. It can diminish our awareness, which is essential for maintaining our balance, safety, and sense of control. It would be wise to reflect on whether your shoes are providing you with support or causing you discomfort before your outing tomorrow. It's natural to wonder what steps we can take to ensure our safety, now that we are aware of these hidden dangers. Can we preserve our strength, adaptability, and balance while ensuring that we do not compromise the essential parts of ourselves that we rely on the most? Let us take a closer look at the exercises that truly honor and nurture the body as it ages. It's perfectly understandable to feel a bit uncertain or even discouraged upon discovering that certain workouts may be harmful to your nerves and feet. Let's focus on what you can do moving forward. If engaging in activities like riding your bike, stretching, jumping, or walking for extended periods is not advisable, it may be beneficial to consider gentler alternatives. Perhaps you could explore activities that are less strenuous, such as light yoga or seated exercises, which can help maintain your mobility and well-being without overexerting yourself. Always listen to your body and consult with a healthcare professional for personalized guidance. Rest assured, there are many things you can still accomplish. It's important to remember that simply staying active may not be sufficient. It's important to move thoughtfully and with care for the body you have nurtured throughout the years. At this stage in life, it's important to recognize that we don't have to prove our strength anymore. It's important to choose exercises that respect the wisdom and delicacy of an aging body. It is important to engage in activities that nurture your well-being rather than challenge your resilience, and that refresh your joints instead of exhausting them. It is certainly possible for you to receive that level of care as you truly deserve it. It's important to begin with gentle, supported movements. For example, chair yoga provides a gentle way to stretch and engage in deep breathing, all while ensuring that your feet and spine remain comfortable and supported. It is important for us to have more space within our bodies, and a more tranquil nervous system, which this can help achieve. It may be beneficial to explore water-based activities, such as water aerobics or swimming. By gently utilizing the water's buoyancy, you can alleviate some of the pressure on your feet, which may help in managing your weight, easing joint discomfort, and enhancing circulation. For older individuals, this form of exercise is one of the safest and most rejuvenating options available. Wearing the right footwear that fits well and offers good support, even a brief daily walk of 10 to 15 minutes can be quite beneficial for your well-being. It's important to consider not just soft shoes, but those designed specifically for the comfort of older feet. Even if you may not see the changes right away, rest assured that your body is aware of them. There is also Tai Chi, a gentle form of exercise that can help improve your inner peace, balance, and coordination. Gentle, mindful movement. Please avoid any activities that involve pounding or jumping. Individuals in their 80s who once worried about regaining their confidence have begun to engage in Tai Chi practice. It is essential to be mindful of your body consistently. Our focus should be on preservation rather than exerting pressure. If you find yourself uncertain, it would be wise to seek the guidance of a physical therapist who understands the unique needs of older adults. They can help you develop a plan tailored to your goals and health status. Engaging in movement is not about doing more. It's about finding what feels right for you. Today, it's important to focus on nurturing your body. For many more years ahead, let us choose physical activities that honor our aging bodies, protect our well-being, and provide us with the precious gift of safe independence. A heartfelt message from one senior to another. With the passage of time, I have gained a wealth of knowledge. It has shown me the importance of being present, the beauty found in taking things slowly, and the quiet power that comes with wisdom. One of the most valuable lessons that the passage of time has imparted to me is a sense of humility. Our bodies will always convey messages to us. If we choose to overlook them, they may express themselves more urgently after initially speaking in a gentle manner. Experiencing a peculiar tingle in your feet, a dull ache in your lower back after stretching, or a sense of imbalance that may resemble clumsiness, is not simply a result of aging. It seems your body is gently reminding you to practice kindness, as if it's giving you a soft tap on the shoulder. I've been supporting you for some time now. I kindly ask that you take care of me now. It's important to reflect on how we approached discomfort in our younger years. It wasn't that we were free from pain. Rather, we believed that true strength lay in ignoring it. So, we pushed ourselves to run faster, jump higher, and lift more than we thought possible. We understood that resilience is the ability to endure difficulties. However, resilience has become a very clear and defined concept. It is within our ability to embrace, adapt to, and respect the body we have been given, even as it undergoes changes over time. I am 90 years of age. I've observed the changing of the seasons and the decline of resilient individuals. It wasn't due to any weakness, but rather a lack of awareness regarding the quiet strain that was affecting their nerves, feet, and balance. It seems they may not have realized that the exercises they had depended on for so long were slowly undermining their stability. They were not informed, and thus remained unaware. Having experienced life and its many layers, I share this with you not from a position of authority, but from a place of understanding. Movement remains essential. It is important to ensure that your movements come from a thoughtful and purposeful place, rather than just focusing on how intense they are. While our bodies may still desire it, it's important to recognize that we have nothing left to demonstrate. At this moment, it is important to protect what we have left, cherish our independence. It's important to pay attention if you've experienced foot numbness after a bike ride, walk, or stretch. Your body is trying to communicate with you. It seems your body is gently signaling that something may be amiss when you experience numbness. It's important to address this now, as neglecting it may result in more significant issues in the future. While there is no need for fear, it is certainly something to respect and acknowledge. I have come to view my feet as quiet companions that have been with me on every journey throughout my life, rather than merely tools for mobility. They have been there for me through love, sorrow, happiness, and hardship. They have experienced movement in various forms, from running and dancing to moments of stillness and wonder. They truly merit our compassion. It is important for them to have well-fitting shoes, restorative workouts, and a pace that respects the many years they have dedicated. Indeed, it does. Choosing to slow down, not out of necessity, but out of desire, carries a sense of grace and respect for oneself. Choosing activities that provide lasting benefits and promote restoration, rather than those that simply increase your workload, can be quite beneficial. At this stage of life, it's important to focus on what feels right for you now, rather than trying to replicate what you did before. At this moment, it's important to focus on what will be most beneficial for your well-being. This may involve walking in a more thoughtful manner, stretching with greater awareness, and adopting new habits that prioritize the safety of your feet, ease your concerns, and maintain your balance. It is important to remember that you still have the ability to influence your future. There are still valuable choices available to you. It is important to take steps to prevent numbness from progressing into a more serious condition. It's important to be proactive about your health and well-being. You shouldn't wait for an incident to learn valuable lessons. Each step you take today, be it slow, with assistance, or in the water, carries significance. It's perfectly fine to begin at a gentle pace, but with intention. This body remains significant to me. I continue to hold dear this life I have. It's wonderful to hear that you maintain your faith in what lies ahead. As we age, it's important to take good care of our feet. They are more than just your foundation. They act as a connection between you and all of your upcoming destinations. Additionally, I want to gently remind you that it is always possible to change your path, no matter your age. It's never too late to embrace a new beginning. It's always a good time to start being more mindful of your body. Additionally, it's always a good time to make thoughtful decisions instead of feeling uncertain about your path. Opt for the more compassionate path. It may surprise you just how empowering this experience can be. The aim of these lectures is to gently inspire you to embrace life in its fullest and most authentic form. I would be very pleased to hear from you at this time. Take a moment to reflect, and then kindly share one lesson you've discovered that you would like to incorporate into your own life. As we navigate through these truths together, let us support each other with kindness and understanding. If you found this video enjoyable, I kindly encourage you to leave a comment with a rating of 1. Thank you for your support. If you feel inclined, please feel free to leave a comment, even if it's a 0. Your thoughts and feelings hold great significance for us. I kindly encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel and share them with others who might benefit as well. Your support means a lot. Thank you for taking the time to read this. I sincerely hope you find joy in living your life in the way that feels right for you.